Hello everyone, this is Daniel with fitnessblender.com, and today we're going to be doing a pretty intense lower body HIIT routine. Now we're going to be showing modifications to make this a little bit easier as we go through, low impact and just slightly easier modifications as well, so you can have a choice of whether or not you want to go really hard or make it just a little bit easier on yourself. So with that said, we also have a warm-up and cool down included with this, so you don't need to worry about getting those in on your own, and you're not going to need any equipment for this whatsoever to get it done. So with that said, let's go ahead and start with our warm-up. All right, everybody, let's go ahead and get started with our warm-up. Each one of these is going to be 30 seconds apiece. We're doing 10 different exercises. Got my timer going here. All right, we're going to be starting off with a high knee march. So this is a warm-up, so start slow and under control. Increase speed as you can. So high knee march. Just bring that knee up as high as is comfortable, nice and slow, working back and forth. Just keep those lungs open, keep those limbs moving. So as you start feeling a little bit more limber, start moving that range of motion to larger and larger as long as you can control it and as long as it's comfortable. Just keep it going. A few more seconds and then we're going to switch to a squat rotation. All right, feet just a little wider than shoulder width apart. Starting off to one side, slowly start squatting down as you rotate. Keep that back relatively flat, and then nice and slow, right back up again. Just kind of go at your own pace and go as deep as is comfortable for you. Just a few more seconds, then we're going to switch to toe touch sweeps. Try to get another full range here. All right, standing up with those feet still a little wider than shoulder width apart, you're going to drop down one side, sweep across and up to the other, a little bit of a backward lean, back down and across. Just keep alternating back and forth. Round that back out. You don't need to keep your back straight for this one. Just try and get down to those toes as low as you can, as comfortable. Leg swings next. One leg at a time, opposite arm from leg, so left hand, right foot for what I'm doing. Or if you want to start on the other side, that's fine. We're going to do both. Just a nice, slow, controlled motion. Working on that balance a little bit, working on that flexibility through that hip and that back. Just make sure you feel like you can stop at any moment during this range of motion. Same thing on the other leg. Catch your balance there if you need to. Keep it going, keep those lungs open, the leg relatively straight. If it's a little bit bent, that's fine. Just keep it as straight as you can. Let that relax. We're doing a slow burpee next. So drop down, one foot out, then the other, back in, stand up, and then back down, reverse order with those legs. Just make sure you're starting with a different leg than you did the time before. Got alternating warriors next. Back up, feet nice and wide out. Turn your left foot off. Drop down to a side lunge, back up, straighten that foot out. Right foot turns out, side lunge, back to center. Just keep alternating back and forth as low as is comfortable. If you want to get an extra hand movement in there, that is perfectly fine. Or you can just keep those arms straight out from those shoulders, whichever you prefer. Moving up to that box or shuffle, so just get those feet underneath you, up on the ball of that foot, just bouncing back and forth. If this is too much impact for you, feel free to just do a side step, but stay up on those toes. If you can, just go ahead and do just a little bit of a bounce. Stand up on the ball of that foot, just barely touching before you switch to the other foot. We've got up and outs coming in just a few seconds. Up and outs one leg at a time. Bring that knee up and out, and then back in. Try to keep your chest and hips facing straight forward. Don't open up with that leg along with that range of motion. So keep everything facing straight forward. Again, staying up on the ball of that foot. Just a few more seconds, and we're going to be starting into up and out jacks. So up and out jacks, so up and out. Keep those lungs open. Nice quick movement, as fast as you can control. If you want to keep that shoulder nice and rigid, arms extended out almost completely straight. No bent elbows for those jumping jacks. Just a few more seconds left. Speed them up if you can. And let it relax. All right, that is our warm-up, which means we'll be going on to that first group of HIIT here in just a second. All right, everybody, let's go ahead and get started with our first group of HIIT. We've got 12 different exercises to go through. We're doing each one of these for 2 sets in an AB-AB pattern. So our first 2 exercises are going to be high knees and rocket squats. Let me get my timer started here. So high knees first. Just gonna be driving those knees as quickly as you can. And start it up. Nice and quick. Get that knee at least to hip height or higher. If you want to, just do a quick, like, march in place. But if you can, keep those feet moving nice and fast. A few seconds left. And let it relax. All right, we're doing rocket squats next. So 3-second countdown and jump. 3, 2, 1, jump. 3, 2, 1, jump. Just keep them going. Flat back, just like traditional squat form. Rest. Let it relax. We're going back over again. High knees again. Nice and quick. Keep those knees up. Again, if this is too much impact, feel free to just do a quick march in place. Keep those lungs open. All right, let it relax for just a second. One more set of those rocket squats. If you don't want to do the jump, just kind of come up onto those toes. I'll show you. So it's 1, 2, 3, and come up onto those toes. 1, 2, 3. Push as hard as you can, but don't leave the floor for that easier and lower impact version. But if you can, really explode as high as you possibly can with each one. All right, let it relax. Next group, starting off with jumping lunges, then lateral jumps. All right. Deep breath. Legs out. Jumping lunges are here. Just alternating which foot's in front, back and forth. For the easier version or lower impact version, it's basically just an alternating lunge, stepping out and back up. Let it relax. We've got lateral jumps next. Keep those lungs open. And left to right. For the harder version, as wide as you possibly can. Keep your body low. For the easier version, you're just going to go here. But try to do that harder version if you can. All right, back to jumping lunges. Deep breath. Recover as much as you can on those breaks. Jumping lunge. Harder version here. Easier version, just stepping out. But harder version if you can. All right, back to lateral jumps. Deep breath. Back and forth, staying low. If you want the easier version on this one, it's just going to be stepping back and forth, keeping a slight bend in that knee to make those muscles have to work the entire time. Gotta relax. All right, lizard hops are next, so go ahead and drop down on the ground. Kind of out in a plank position here. You'll be jumping left foot, right foot forward, and then back. Stay as low as you can. Try not to let that butt kick up in the air. All right, stay down on the ground. We're doing plank jacks next. All right, get on that plank position. Hop them in and out. For the easier version, you're just out here and back in. All right, one more of each one of those, starting back over. That lizard hop. Recover as best you can. Harder version is here. The easier version, you're just gonna be walking them back and forth. Harder version, everything goes together. All right, back to that plank jack. That plank on those elbows or those hands, whichever's more comfortable. Harder version here. Hopping those feet back and forth. Easier version, just gonna be stepping in and out. Keep those hips low. All right, that was the end of that one. Going to squat jacks next. Whew. Hard to harder. Squat down, legs in and out. Try to get those thighs to point straight forward and then as wide out as is comfortable. Those feet should stay in line with that thigh. Let it relax. We got broad jumps next. Start off to one side. Jump forward, turn around, and jump back. The easier version of this, just take a nice long lunge. Turn around, opposite leg. Long lunge. If you can, do that jump. All right, back to the squat jacks. Down, harder version is here. Easier version, stay squatted, but just step those legs out to the side. Harder version here. Easier version, open that hip up as you step. Let it relax. All right, broad jumps again. And jump. Harder version is a full jump from one side of the room to the other, as far as you can go. You're looking for a goal of jumping the same height that you are. So the same distance of how tall you are. All right, let it relax. Okay, so last one of those. Burpees are next. Full burpees. All right, down, out, and up. The easier version is just what we did for the warm-up. So you're gonna go down, step out, back in, up, back down, opposite leg, and back up. All right, we've got walk down push-ups next. Starting off to one side. Down, walk it out. Push up at the bottom. Walk it back in. Back down. Try to alternate which hand you start with. If you need to on that one, just start off your knees and walk it out. Or start with those knees bent. All right, back to that burpee. So down and out. Full extension up. If you want to add a jump at the top, by all means do so. Make it a little harder. Make it a little easier again. You're just stepping out 1 foot at a time. Full extension, back down, 1 foot out at a time. All right, one more of those walk down push-ups. Down, walk it out, and back up. Down, walk it back in. Rest. And back up. All right, that was the end of that one. One more group. Star jumps and jumping jacks. Feet together. Squat down. Explode up and out. For that harder version. For easier version, full deep squat, as low as it's comfortable for you. Arms and legs come out, just balancing on one leg, making sure you alternate each time. All right, jumping jacks are next. Just traditional jumping jack, as fast as you can control. Arms and legs in. Start them up. Shoulder nice and rigid, arms almost perfectly straight. Easier version is just back and forth, stepping out. All right, one more round of star jumps. Two of each of these. Star jumps, squat down, up and out for harder version. Easier version is here. Nice deep squat each time. 5 seconds left. All right, jumping jacks, last one until we get a water break. Start them up. Rigid shoulder, moving nice and quick. Easier version is just stepping out one leg at a time. And let it relax. All right, grab a drink of water. Nice full deep breaths. Try to recover as best you can. We've got one more group of HIIT to go. See you in just a second. All right, everybody, we've got our second group of HIIT coming up here. This one's going to be same timing pattern, but done in a little bit different way. Each exercise is going to have a left side, right side. So that's going to be your AB is left, right, left, right. Next exercise, left, right, left, right. So just working through our list that way. Same timing, 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. Our first exercise is going to be an agility dot. So for this one, imagine a square on the ground for when we get started. Let me get my timer going here. So imagine that square. You're going to be starting in the bottom left corner of that square, starting by jumping to the right and then up at a diagonal. All right, start out. You're just going to be making an X pattern over that square. So starting bottom left corner, jumping to the right, and then up across to the left, to the right again, and then back to the left, if that makes sense. The easiest way to think of it is just you're making an X pattern. And let it relax. You're going to step to the bottom right corner and reverse the whole pattern. All right? So across to the right, up to the, across the left, up to the right, and start it up. So that same X pattern, but this time just moving in the opposite direction. Keep it going. If you want to make this one easier, you're just going to put one foot down, your left foot first, and plant it, and just move that right foot to each corner, and then opposite for the other side. So basically going here, 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 trying to stay up on that toe of the leg you have planted. All right, back in that left corner again, off to the right, up to the left. So reversing back to that original pattern, that first one. Again, if you're doing the easier version, it's going to be here, 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 staying up on that left, the left ball of that foot. So you're basically trying to knock yourself off balance here. All right, starting again on that bottom right corner, reversing that pattern again. And start it up. Again, for the easier version of this, whoop, you're going to be starting that right corner, up on the ball of that foot of that right foot, just back and forth, barely tapping the corners of that square, otherwise doing that pattern. All right, let it relax. That was the hardest one, I promise. The rest of these are relatively easy. We're going to be doing runners next. Left leg planted, right leg back. And just pump that right leg. As that right leg comes up, your left hand comes up, right arm goes back. All that weight staying on that left leg, just barely tapping that right leg to the ground. Keep those lungs open. Rest. All right, same thing on the opposite side. So plant that right foot this time. Keep that right knee bent. And start it up. Lungs open, stay low. Don't lock that knee out that you have your weight on. Make that leg have to work. And move that rear leg as fast as you possibly can. Rest. So the high intensity and low intensity version of this are the same. It's just how fast you're moving. So starting back over that left leg. Hard version is nice and quick. The easy version is you're just going to move it nice and slow, focusing on that range of motion. Move as quickly as you can comfortably. Staying squatted down with that left leg. Rest. All right, same thing on the opposite side. The last one for this right leg. Bend that knee. And start it. Moving nice and quick. Again, easier version is just going to be tap down, draw that knee up, keeping that knee bent, speed it up as you can. And watch those pockets. All right, let it relax. Moving to a side plank leg kick. So up on that side, hardest version is a full plank. Just gonna come up and back, right here. Easier version is down on that knee. Same thing, that top leg is gonna stay extended. But full plank if you can. All right, switch sides. Full plank if you can. Or half plank for the slightly easier version. There's no low impact or high impact version of this. There's just low impact and how hard you want to make it. Rest. All right, back over the other side. Do the hardest version you can. If you want to make it even more difficult, take that balance away by going to a full extension on that hand. Makes the palm of that hand have to work a lot more for balance. Try not to roll those shoulders forward. Try to bring that foot up to your hand rather than bringing your hand down to your foot on that knee for the easier version. One more time. full plank. Harder version, full extension. Whew. Definitely harder for that balance. Or on that knee for that easier version. And let it relax. All right, stand back up. We're doing side lunge pop. So feet out really nice and wide like you're doing a sumo squat. Squat off to that, or lunge off to that right leg and pop it up. Right back down onto that right leg. Keep those lungs open. Keep that back flat. Go as low on that lunge as you feel comfortable with. A nice quick pop up over top of that joint. So we're going to be switching sides. This time that left leg's going to stay straight. Sorry, that right leg's going to stay straight. We're going to be popping with that left down and up. Just keep that motion going, flat back. Let it relax. Back over onto that right leg. Left leg stays locked out. Nice and wide. Just that right side. Nice quick explosion, getting yourself up over top of that hip. If you want to do a lower impact version, it's just going to be a side lunge basically. All right, switch sides. Bend that left knee. Down and up. Again, if you want to do that easier version with lower impact, it's basically just a side lunge. Just come up onto that toe each time. Relax. Okay, doing just a knee, starting with that left leg. We'll start with the left leg first. So act like you're grabbing something above you and pull down into that knee, working against yourself as you move. Really make this a challenge by forcing yourself to do the hardest version you can by working against yourself. Woo. Get that balance. All right, just move a little bit slower for that lower impact version. Starting with that right leg this time. All that weight on your left. Arms up and pull it down. Lungs open. Let it relax. All right, same thing back over. Grab that imaginary, whatever it is, and pull it down into that knee. You're getting a crunch as you come down, as well as tucking that knee up. Same thing on the other side, one more time. Let's have one more exercise after this one. Pull down, bring that knee up. Again, for that lower impact version, you're just moving a little slower. All right, one more exercise, doing clock lunges. Left leg planted first. All right. Lunge forward, out to a 45, across, back to a 45, straight back. Start again, forward, out, side, 45, and back. Same thing on the other side. show you from the side here. It's gonna be forward, 45, out, 45 back, straight back, forward, 45, straight across, 45 back, straight back, rest. All right, same thing on the other side. So one more of each. Lunge forward, 45 out, straight across, 45 back, straight back. Just keep those lungs open. This is low impact. It's just gonna be how far out you step, how low you go. With that range of motion is how hard it's gonna be. Rest. All right, one more on the other side. Forward, 45, straight across, 45 back, straight back. Just keep it going. All right, let it relax. That is the end of our HIIT. We're gonna get another quick drink of water before we come back and do our cool down. See you in just a second. All right, everybody, we only have about 5 minutes left for our cool down. Get my timer started here. We're doing each one of these for 30 seconds apiece. So we're just gonna start off with a regular right over left toe touch. So right leg comes over top of left. Just gonna go straight down on those legs. If you want to, you can start with a flat back, get it into those legs a little bit more, and then round that back down to get it to jump up into that lower back a little bit more. Just keep that left leg, the one underneath, locked out nice and straight. So reach down as low as is comfortable for you. Lungs open. Switch sides. Again, if you want, start with that flat back. Round forward, stretch down towards those toes. Keep that right leg straight. Back up straight, deep breath in. Feet out nice and wide. Drop that left hip down. Lean over a little bit. You should feel it stretch to the inside of that thigh. Just breathe normally. Same thing on the other side. You're going to want to find a piece of open wall or a door frame or something like that for this next exercise. Just about 5 seconds left. All right, go lean up against the wall, or if you can do this just balancing, that's great. You're going to bring your right leg back into your right hand, pull that heel to your butt, and pull that knee back behind you. Keep that torso straight up and down. If you need to help with balance, just lean against something. Try to use as little as possible. Same thing on the other side. Rotate, pull that heel up to your butt, pull that knee back behind you, torso straight up and down. Use something for balance only if you need to. Otherwise, make that body have to do all the work. No sense in cheating if you don't have to. back down into a plank. You're going to put one foot back, other one over top, so you're pushing that heel down into the ground to stretch that calf. Keep that leg locked out, so I'm starting with my right leg. It's okay to kick your hips up nice and high to get a little extra leverage. Just keep those lungs open. Same thing on the other side. Here in just a second, we're going to drop down on the ground, do a deep glute stretch for the last. Roll over onto your back. Right ankle on top of your left knee. Grab behind that left leg and pull in. Just make sure you're not grabbing on your shin. You want to only grab behind your thigh. Pull in as close as it's comfortable. Just let those lungs open up and let everything else relax as much as you can. Should feel a stretch through that hip and that glute. Same thing on the other side. Pretty sure this is our last one here. Should I let everything else relax? All right, and that is it. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed that HIIT routine. I know I am dripping in sweat, so I'm gonna feel that tomorrow. Hope you guys will too. If you're gonna do another routine, make sure it's nice and light, nothing really intense, because your legs are gonna be really jello-y, so you're gonna have an increased chance of injury if you do anything else really intense. So if you're doing something else, make sure it's nice and light. Other than that, get plenty of water. Make sure you get a snack or meal right after this to kind of help replenish all the calories you just burnt off, so you have plenty of energy to help rebuild those muscles and rebuild those ligaments and tendons you might have damaged ever so slightly while doing this. Other than that, this workout is complete. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.